First there was Ben and Jerry. No, wait, that was Tom and Jerry. Then came the ice cream dudes. Anywho, fast forward a bit, and this is Luke and Lewis on Triple M Modern Digital.
Luke and Lewis for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital. Welcome to the show. We are back.
From New Zealand.
Yes.
We went to visit our close relatives next door. We just had a quick trip over.
Down the road.
Yep.
It's just around the corner from Diamond City.
Yeah, you take a left and then you walk 2 paces and there's New Zealand. It was very good. We're going to give you all an update on how our adventures from Middle-earth were.
Oh, yes. We did a little bit of training as well. I think I broke another world record, and we're going to talk about their radio because it is the best.
Their radio, believe it or not, is just, I would say as good as Triple M Modern Digital.
No, I would say much better, and you're going to find out why. Because it's just, I want to go back just to listen to it.
And also, Lewis has been wasting everyone's time in the office. I want to delve into that. Yes, you have.
I'm the most productive man alive. Right. Thank you very much.
We'll see.
We are back from New Zealand. I just finished my tour, and now we're back on air.
Yes, we are. Lewis is wearing sunglasses, and I'm trying to ignore it. Why have you just put on sunglasses?
I'll tell you why, mate, because...
This is what happened. It went, mic's on 3, 2, and then you weren't wearing sunglasses, and then I turned around, and then why are you wearing sunglasses?
I'll tell you why, because I'm feeling like a rock star, Luke. I just toured another country, and I got home at 12 in the morning, and then I get up in the morning, and I'm straight on air on the prestigious Triple M Modern Digital, so I'm feeling very famous. I mean, my bank account doesn't agree, but I think that once I start wearing sunglasses inside more often, I don't know, someone might PayPal me a couple of dollars.
Yeah, take them off. All right, so we came back from New Zealand.
Yes. And New Zealand is one of the most beautiful countries that I've ever been to. Like, we were just in the car. We drove around instead of flying because, again, bank account very small.
Rockstar stuff. We actually did need sunglasses because we were driving.
I found some women's sunglasses in the rental car, and I was like, awesome, I'll wear these because I couldn't afford to buy some.
That's rockstar stuff.
But we were looking out the window just losing our mind at how beautiful New Zealand is. It's the
scenery is picturesque. It is it's absolutely one of the best places I've ever been to. To their credit, they've got some good hills.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was rating their slopes like a lot.
But the New Zealanders themselves just really didn't appreciate it at all. Like I brought that up at every single show. I was like, this place is beautiful, and everyone was like, no, it's not.
It's phenomenal. There's hills. I spoke to a guy after the show, one of your shows, because I also was there. And
where's your sunnies?
Pardon? Oh, I didn't feel that rock star. I've actually stole the ones that you stole from the lady. And didn't think they were appropriate because, anyway. So I talked to a guy after a show, right? And I was like saying, he was defending like, no, there's nothing to do here. I was like, mate, there's snow on top of your mountains. And he's like, yeah, so? And I'm like, it's October.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
Looked like the Lord of the Rings everywhere.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And but it got me thinking, I don't think we appreciate where we live. I think wherever you live, you just don't appreciate it as much as other people who've never been there before. Like, Melbourne's one of the most livable cities in the world.
The most livable city in the world.
Yeah, it is. It's confirmed. And I literally could not tell you why.
I live here, so... and I get up successfully every day.
We are alive. But yeah, somebody asked me just this morning, who they came to Melbourne, and they said, what's good to do in Melbourne? And all I could come up with is, there's a rock climbing place. And also there's late night bowling. That's pretty cool. And even I was like, that sucks.
That's not the best thing to do in Melbourne.
No.
You could have said the MCG or walk along the Yarra or... I'm honestly running out of ideas, to be honest. But I asked the guy from New Zealand, I was like, what's the best thing to do here in New Zealand? And he just said leave.
Luke, I thought I was the only fan of children's shows in here today, but you've been raving on about Thomas the Tank Engine.
I watched a very interesting clip from an old episode of Thomas the Tank Engine.
How did you find this clip?
Sometimes you go revisit the classics, mate.
Yeah.
What I do on my own time's up to me, and I'd appreciate it if you just stayed out of it.
You accuse me of wasting time. You're watching Thomas the Tank Engine
I
on
waste
YouTube.
my own time, not everyone else's. So I saw this clip clip, right? It was going round online, and it's a clip where one of the characters, who's a train, he's a green train, Henry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, believe it or not, huge train star in the show.
Yeah.
A train called Henry. He had a bit of a situation, a bit of a pickle.
Henry's the grumpy train, isn't he?
He's a bit grumpy.
Yeah.
Henry, yeah.
Come on, Henry.
He always wakes up on the wrong side of the tracks. So Henry didn't want to go out in.
That's the worst.
That was the best. So Henry didn't want to go out in the rain and ruin his lovely green paint and red stripes. That was one of the.
So he got new paint, so he didn't want to work in the rain.
Yeah, and he didn't want to work in the
enough.
rain. And
I agree with Henry.
He absolutely cracked it. He was not a happy man, Henry, in this clip, right?
Yeah.
And then what goes on to happen is, that's his excuse for not wanting to do train work. Because everyone else, Thomas is running around doing errands.
Yeah, but
Gordon's
Thomas doesn't
there.
have new paint, all right?
No.
So I don't understand why Thomas is the star if Henry just got new paint. Like, I do that. If I do my hair, I don't want to walk in the rain, ruin my hair.
All right. Well, I was watching an episode of Henry the Grumpy Tank Engine.
Yeah.
And he had new paint, right? So, and then all of a sudden it stops raining.
Okay.
And then he still doesn't want to go outside.
Yeah, that is a little bit. Come on. Don't you want to show off your new
the
paint,
fat
mate?
controller was not happy.
No.
I think he put on 3 more kilos in stress eating just from this one incident, right? So, and this is what happens. This is how they deal with. Everyone in the whole land is.
So this
mad
is what
at
the whole
Henry.
episode was about. He's refusing to work, and then
Yeah.
the fat controller comes out, and what does he do to try and make him work? Or to punish him?
This is how the fat controller reacts to Henry's defiance.
Eventually, even the fat controller gave up. "We shall take away your rails," he said, "and leave you here for always and always and always." They took up the old rails and built a wall in front of him so that Henry couldn't get out of the tunnel anymore. But I think he deserved his punishment. Don't you?
What?
No, I don't. So what if you didn't get what happened there? Henry
This is
didn't
a
want to go out in
children's
the
show.
rain, so they locked him. They tombed him in a tunnel for eternity as punishment for not wanting to get his lovely green paint and red stripes back. Justice for Henry, everyone. This is ridiculous.
That's trains' rights abuse.
Yeah.
Because trains don't die of
No.
old age.
No,
So he's just going to be there for always and always and always.
How else can he go on? Like, how else can he protest? He can't go on strike because they don't get paid.
Yeah, so basically that episode was about what happens to slaves if they disobey the fat controller.
So kids, if you don't want to go out in the rain, or just get out there, whack in a raincoat, or the fat controller will tombstone you for life. That's a great message sent by the ABC.
Moral of the story, do what you're told or get entombed.
Yeah.
Luke, I have a question to ask you. Have you ever, in your life, enjoyed a 3D movie?
When I saw Spy Kids in 3D, it blew my mind.
Really?
I was 10, so
Yeah.
I think I was just like, oh.
And Spy Kids
Spy
is pretty
Kids,
sick.
yeah.
I think that was more Spy Kids than 3D Spy Kids.
The real question is, did the 3D element add anything to that film?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
No, that film was already perfection without the 3D.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would love that in 5D.
Yeah,
Like,
same with what's the fifth dimension?
I don't know. That doesn't even exist right now. But we need, if we can find it, the Spy Kids dimension would be sick.
You become a Spy Kid.
Oh man, this is the best. This is a new product that we've just invented.
Yeah.
So I've enjoyed a 3D movie once, but it was also when I was young. We went to the IMAX theaters, and it was one of those theaters that was built specifically for 3D movies, and they filmed something that was only for 3D.
Yeah. So it must have been good.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like, it felt like you could touch them. But now I feel like now with movies are never filmed today in 3D. They just make it 3D and charge you $4 extra a ticket, and it sucks every time.
It looks like a pop-out book when you go see, like, so I went and saw The Hobbit a few years ago in 3D, and it's just layered 3D. It's not coming out.
You don't need that.
It just looks like you open up a pop-up book and there's a bush further out than Bilbo. Like, that's pretty much the extent of the 3D. And I got stitched up a ripper. A mate of mine, I'm a big Star Wars fan, as I've said before on this show. So I go to the midnight screening every single year. A mate of mine got in charge with booking the tickets for 10 people in our friendship group. A lot of responsibility.
That's a big responsibility.
Yep.
You would think he'd be very careful not to mess that one up.
Oh, you would be careful. careful, but oh no, he wasn't. Ended up accidentally buying 10 tickets to see the new Star Wars film after a decade of no Star Wars.
Yeah.
We were like, we're craving it. Like, all we want to do is watch this in two dimensions. But what does he go and do? He goes and books.
Let's add in another dimension.
He accidentally booked 3D tickets, and it was one. I went to the midnight screening.
I would have left.
No, I sat there till 3 a.m., came back to the cinemas at 12 p.m. the next day and rewatched the film in 2D and just pretended that I hadn't seen it in 3D.
Yeah,
I
that'd be the
rewatched
worst.
I watched the new Star Wars film, The Force Awakens, twice in 2 days because the first time was too many dimensions.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, you don't want... See, 3D is bad enough, but surprise 3D, that's the worst.
I had to buy $1 glasses. What we don't get is... What is they charge more for 3D.
Yeah.
It costs $3 more or something. Why does it charge more?
I've never met a single person that goes, yeah, 3D's awesome. Like, I think it's just, you know what it is? It's one of those products, I think most big businesses have them. It's one of those products that they bill as amazing, and everyone who hasn't tried it goes, oh, that's going to be sick. And you try it once, you get there, and you go, this dimension is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Have you been to Shrek 4D at Movie World?
Now, that's something I can get around.
That blew my mind. When Donkey spat, the water spat out of the chair in front.
Dude.
Yeah.
You paid money to get spat on by a donkey.
Worth every cent. I would let Eddie Murphy spit on me any day.
Now, before we went to New Zealand, we had a very productive meeting so we could plan the rest of the week and what we were doing while we were in New Zealand.
That is not how it went down at all. What happened was the show finished last Tuesday, and Lewis is known around these parts in the studios for wasting people's time.
I disagree, and let me tell you why with a very long sentence.
Why?
First of all...
That's what I mean. So, you've been profiled by other staff members here at the radio station as an avid time waster, and quite frankly, it's got to stop. So what happened was, this happens every day after the show. After the show finishes at 2 p.m, we're all a bit hungry after the show, so we go down and get a bite to eat at the local shops. You came back with a wrap.
Yeah, a good wrap.
Yep, and just started eating the wrap. 45 minutes later, you eventually finish a wrap because you take way too long to eat food.
No, I'm just trying to chew my food properly, right? There's chewing fast, which can give you indigestion and make you feel sick, and that would make me less productive. So really, you should thank me for taking a long time. I'll wait. Say thank you.
No. You chew so slow, and this is just, it's always a waste of time. And not only that, so... Not only do you not have the respect to be like, all right, I've taken 45 minutes to eat a roll, I should maybe now be productive.
Everyone was abusing me for wasting time. Even Maddie, the producer, started telling me that I was wasting time.
Because we sat there and watched you chew at like the pace of a snail.
Yeah, and it really annoyed me. So I thought, you know what? If these guys want to see a waste of time, I'll show them a waste of time. So I got Michael, the button pusher. I took him down into the studio. I called through to reception, and this is what happened.
Good afternoon, 1019 The Fox, Michaela speaking.
Hi, Michaela. It's Lewis calling. I just wanted to speak to Maddie if she's available.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
I'll pop you through.
Thank you.
Hello, Maddie speaking.
Hi, Maddie. It's Lewis calling. Sorry, I know you're busy. Just a quick question for you. It's pretty important.
Yep.
You know how before I was eating a wrap?
Yep.
And I was taking a really long time?
Yep.
I just wanted to give you a call and let you know that I've wrapped up that wrap.
Well done. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you
How
very
was
much.
it?
Yeah, it was good.
Crispy chicken or grilled?
It was a protein pack from Snit, so it was pretty big. That's why it was taking a long time.
I'm wrapped for you, mate.
Yeah, thank you for swearing on the radio.
Yeah.
Is Luke around? Is he in the office?
Yeah, I'll just get him for you.
Did you get him? Thank you.
Okay. Stand by.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hey, Luke. It's Lewis.
Hey.
I just called through reception to get onto Maddie's phone. I just wanted to let you know that I've wrapped up my wrap.
Wait, when you told me that you were going down to the studio, is this what you were going to do?
Yeah, I just wanted to finish my wrap and then call you to let you know that I've wrapped it up.
You took 45 minutes to eat a wrap, and then you call through reception. You're wasting the receptionist's time. You're wasting Maddie's time. Is Michael with you?
Yeah, Michael will help me do it.
You're
I don't know how to make calls without him.
Oh, my God. No one cares about your rap.
I'm hanging up.
Luke and Lewis for lunch. Hold the mayo. Triple M Modern Digital.
Lewis, heard a story when we were away that it took my interest. Did you hear this one? An American husband and wife have revealed...
Hate it already.
That's just... I was going to say racist, but they're not that's nationalist. An American husband and wife have revealed that they like to go on romantic dates to IKEA.
Okay, objection. Husband and wife have revealed that they like it. Are you sure it's not just the wife said it and the husband was standing next to her while she said that?
This is exactly what happened in my books, because I was reading the article. They show a picture of the happy couple. Now,
those pictures look like the saddest. Well, she's happy. She's loving it. The husband has the deadest look in his eyes I've ever seen in my life.
He looks like he's trying to retrieve his soul out of the lens of the camera.
He's somewhere else in his head. He's like, I'm not in IKEA, I'm in Bunnings.
So there's this couple that have so obsessed, apparently the couple are so obsessed with IKEA. It's just a guy whose wife is way too obsessed with furniture shopping. Yeah. They've gone to IKEA, and because apparently they regularly go on romantic dates. So they're a very romantic place to go for a date.
That's painful.
Yes.
Regularly going to like any store and calling it a date sucks.
Well, it's not a date place. It's rude. What they do is they go into IKEA when they can't afford or can't get a babysitter.
Yeah.
Then they go into IKEA and bring the baby with them, and they pretend to live in the display kitchens. That's what they do on these dates.
Well, if they can't afford a babysitter, they can't afford any of the furniture.
No.
That's like going into a restaurant, sitting at the table and pretending that you're going to order something. Like, oh, how good would it be if we could afford spaghetti?
It's like getting bread and then leaving. It's just rude.
2 glasses of water, thanks.
Yeah, but this couple, they went and got a photo shoot done. Well, the wife has gone and organised a photo shoot.
I did read about that. I read that she organised a photographer and her friend was the photographer, and she got him for free because she really wanted to do a photo shoot in IKEA.
Of course they can get him for free. It's a public store. It's not a place for a date. It's like some people go to the movies, you know.
So even the wife's friends are obsessed with IKEA. Who wants to do a photo shoot in IKEA?
No one. No. And I'm looking at a photo here. There's a whole photo shoot of one where the wife is pushing a trolley and the guy's inside the trolley with a kid, and you could not look more disappointed. I mean, but no, it's more just like partners forcing their partners to do things that they don't want to do.
Okay,
it's shocking.
I'm guilty of this.
You are?
A little bit. I take Jasmine to comic book shops probably 2-3 times a month with me.
That's so disrespectful.
That's bonding.
Does she want to go?
Oh, she doesn't mind it. She's like, I suppose she's the husband. She does get that dead look in her eyes. But I'm not as bad as this woman. Like, I don't bring a photographer to the figurine section of the comic book store and do a photo shoot with my child and then walk out without buying anything.
Yeah, you're like, oh, here's me, Jasmine, and Wonder Woman. Anyway, that was our third date. Yeah,
the third time we've done that. No, I'm not doing that.
Poor
That's just
Jasmine.
disrespectful. Well, she's been with me for a while. I also taken her to comic book conventions as well.
Ordered some bread, then left.
Luke and Lewis for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital. We just got back from New Zealand. It's an incredible country. The scenery is beautiful, but the people are unintentionally hilarious.
Yeah, the scenery is beautiful, and the scenery is amazing, but the accents are better.
Yeah,
by far.
Absolutely.
So we'd obviously, as Australians, we joke about what we think New Zealand sound like.
Yeah.
That always in my head, I was like, oh, this is an exaggerated version of what New Zealand sound like.
Yeah, like you'll hear people make fun of the accent, or you'll hear one New Zealander in conversation with like 6 Australians, but that's nothing compared to going to the heart of it where everyone talks like that.
Literally, as soon as I got off the plane, I was met by a very thick accent. So I was going through customs at the airport.
This is probably one of the best things I've ever seen in my life.
It just was one of the most confusing situations I've ever been in. Usually you wouldn't think, there'll be a language barrier when we're going just across the road from New Zealand.
English.
Yeah.
But you still was like, sorry, what?
Yeah, and I was doing that thing where you speak to someone with another language and you feel like volume's the problem, where you can't understand them, and you're like, what? And then they repeat themselves louder. I'm like, no, the volume wasn't the issue.
Yeah.
It's, I can't understand what you're saying. So I go through customs, right? There's a bit where you put your passport into the machine and then it takes a photograph of your head to prove that it's you on your passport.
Yeah, which is pretty easy. I mean, you could put anyone's passport in. You've got to consider your head.
Yeah, I could put in an action figurine. So I went there and there's 2 little footprints on the floor to show you where to stand, to guide you so you're standing in eye level with the camera.
So you nailed that.
I did. I stood on the 2 footprints very successfully, and then the customs guard at the gate he walked over and started yelling at me. He goes, mate, keep off. Excuse me, keep off. Keep off. Sir, I'd like to ask you to keep off. And then I was just like, oh, okay, he wants me to get off. So I got off the 2 footprints. I was like, I'm just going to get off.
And that's what I thought he was saying too. It took 2 minds to figure out what this guy was saying.
Keep off. And I was like, oh, I'll get off. And then he goes, no, keep off. And I'm like, mate, I'm off. I'm off the footprints. Keep off. And then Lewis just yells, oi, Luke, take your cap off. And then I was like, oh, and he goes, yes, keep off. And I was like, all right, you could have just said cap off from the start, mate.
Yeah, and that was like the first New Zealander we spoke to, and we were immediately confused. And but then we were driving to the hotel, and ladies and gentlemen, we heard some New Zealand radio.
New Zealand radio is, believe it or not, better than Triple M Modern Digital. Just better.
Just a little bit better, because
not content-wise, this is bang on, but the way they talk, they don't realize that they're a parody of themselves.
Yeah, and we wanted to show you guys what that actually sounds like.
So we actually have the technology here at the radio station to tune in to New Zealand radio. So we'll try and tune in now. We'll just get you guys a feel.
Give me a second. I've got it. Here it is.
Welcome back to Kepper and Jackson on George FM.
Now, Kepper.
Yes, Jackson.
On the weekend, I was attacked.
You were attacked?
Yes, I was attacked.
Oh, no. What were you attacked by?
I was attacked by my cat and my dog.
Attacked by your cat and your dog?
Yes, it ravaged me.
Oh, no. So we were thinking, we wanted to ask our listeners on 10 6 1 6 6 10 6. Give us a call. When have you been attacked?
Timmy, when were you attacked?
Yes, Kappa, I was attacked by 6 cats.
6 cats? That is a significant amount of cats, Timmy.
Yeah, it's definitely not choice, eh?
All right, thanks, Timmy. Well, it's 6:06, which means we're 6 minutes late for the 6 o'clock news.
Wait, how many minutes late are we?
6.
This is Luke and Lewis on Triple M Modern Digital.
Luke, it's time to speak out against shaming.
Okay.
I'm sick of being shamed.
Yeah, thank you. Body shaming. I'm honestly, quite frankly, I'm over it on this show.
Okay, no, we are going to keep up with the body shaming, Chubby. Please close your mouth, stop putting food into it, and stop listening to the noise coming out of it, okay? But that's not the shaming that we're combating today, you chubster. We're combating the shame
That's the thing. If it was creative, I wouldn't mind it. But it's always just you're fat.
You are. It doesn't need to be creative. You're just saying facts, all right? So, but I'm against shaming. I've been being shamed by just about everyone in my life, from fans to family to you, for genuinely enjoying Coldplay a lot.
And shame on you for that.
No, shame on everyone else for shaming Coldplay, all right? I'm sick of it. Coldplay is one of the best bands in the world, and that's pretty much a fact. Dude, they've sold 80 million albums. You cannot say that they're a bad band, but I hear it every single day.
There's a lot of people in the world. That's not that impressive. There's like 7 billion people.
Okay, well, hit me up when you sell one copy of an album, and then maybe you could talk bad against 80 million.
No, this is not what this is about. This is me bagging successful people that I will never top.
You know what it is? The internet is trying to turn Coldplay into Nickelback, but it's not working because they're too good.
Nickelback, yeah, we're great. Or Coldplay. Who's too good?
No, Coldplay's too good to become Nickelback. Like, it's now really popular hate on Nickelback.
You know what would be just the best thing ever, or the worst thing ever? What? Like Coldplay featuring Chad Kroger from Nickelback.
Yeah, like just one person from Nickelback?
Yeah.
Not the rest of the
Chris
band.
Martin, and then you just hear grunts in the background from Chad Kroger.
Look at this photograph.
Over a beautiful piano. Yeah. So why do you like Coldplay? Explain your fandom.
Okay, so it's one of the only positive bands or music that you can listen to, like an entire album, and you're like, wow, this is positive all the way through, back to front.
Oh, what about Pharrell Williams, that happy guy? 'Cause I'm happy.
Yeah, but that's not an album. That was one hit just to exploit people's happiness, and I'm over it. Like, Michael, play. I've got a Coldplay song. Well, just listen to this. Tell me that's not. This is beautiful, man. Listen to that.
Yeah.
Don't you feel calm and happy? Isn't
Nah,
this
I feel
unique?
like I'm listening to Coldplay. Can you turn that off, Michael? That'd be great. Yeah, okay. All their songs sound the same, Michael.
No, they don't.
Play the other one I brought up. That's
Completely different.
That's just clocks, but slower. All their songs sound the same. I
Okay.
think that is honestly, I don't hate them. I just understand why people don't like it.
Look,
I totally get
I'll
it.
give you that. It did sound similar, but counterpoint, you cannot improve perfection. So what else are you going to do? Just keep making the same stuff. I actually have been looking up articles. There are entire websites dedicated to telling other people that Coldplay is bad. I found the 3 most popular reasons why people hate Coldplay, and I'm going to dispute all of them. 1, overplayed. That has nothing to do with Coldplay. That's just people enjoying them. Just because you listen to it so much, that doesn't make any sense. All right. 2, basic band for basic people. All right. Here's my biggest point. Luke is the most basic person on the planet, and he doesn't like Coldplay.
Yeah, they're even too basic for me. Like, I look at them and go, that's bland. And then I go and eat, like, plain spaghetti. And then...
On white bread.
Yeah.
And the third one, this actually came up heaps of times, doesn't make any sense. Chris Martin's friendship with Jay-Z seems forced.
Yeah, that's why I hate them.
That's not a reason.
And also, the 4th reason, you like them. No one likes things that you like. You like really obscure things. You like comic books. I don't know anyone else who like comic books. You have strange interests, which means this is just
you know what
another
would be
obscure
the best?
one.
A comic book about Coldplay.
No, that would be the worst. It'd just all be the same.
Luke and Lewis for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital. While we were in New Zealand, we were touring around, but that doesn't mean that I wasn't training to beat Luke in our race.
I counted you running once.
I ran twice. One time I ran because I forgot my laptop in the hotel room before the show, so I had to run. And go and
Training very hard.
That
It's
counts.
So
That
confident.
counts.
So while we were there, it came to my attention, and I found out that New Zealand is host to the steepest street in the world.
Yeah, in the world, which
I love a world record.
Yeah, and I thought because it was a street, I didn't think it would be that steep because you have to put houses on it. Like, it's a street, it's a paved thing. It's just like a regular home street.
Yeah.
But this thing was almost vertical.
I found out why they have such steep streets there.
Yeah.
It's because when they planned the streets back in Britain, before they colonised it, they planned it thinking it was going to be flat. So they mapped out every single street in the city, and then as soon as they came there...
for borderline mountains.
Yeah, then they came there and they saw these mountains and they went, that's all right, just keep... And they just stuck to the plans
Just
and
build
built
up,
it.
boys.
Yep.
That would suck.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
The slope is unreal. It's to the point where if you ran down it, you'd probably fall on your face.
Oh yeah, they even have instead of a sidewalk for people to walk on, they have steps. Like,
Yeah.
it's that crazy, but the actual road is so steep. Like, I think and
and a
the-
handrail because you
Yeah.
could fall down it.
Yeah, and the street is so steep that because it's the world's steepest thing, it's like a big tourist attraction. It was just full of tourists, of people taking pictures, people walking up it, and I thought that was pretty cool. And then I realized, well, hang on, people live on this street.
Yeah.
It'd be the worst.
There's about 100 people just walking around. Oh,
Yeah.
at any time. So you pretty much live on a tourist attraction. It's like if you lived on the torch of the Statue of Liberty. That would be a bit annoying.
Well, I don't think any tourists make it up there.
You're trying to brush your teeth in the morning and stuff. It's like, just
Someone in a helicopter is
Yeah.
taking photos. Look at that.
Yeah, you're in like the start of like 4 films set in Manhattan.
Yeah, so we thought a good training exercise would be for me to race someone up the hill. Now, because Luke is not allowed to train, we thought we would race the tour manager.
I actually went and got a double choc chip, double choc milkshake.
Yeah, so you
before
could
it.
watch and yell
Yeah.
at us.
I
And,
just literally strolled up it.
Yeah,
It was
I
great.
raced the tour manager, who's probably the only human on Earth more unfit than you are right now.
Yeah.
So I did smash him, so I'm feeling pretty confident, but this is how it went down.
So we're here in Dunedin at the world's steepest street, and as a part of Lewis's training, I'm going to get him to run up it.
It's going to be easy as, right? World's steepest hill, world's fattest person.
On your marks, set, go!
So we're going to commentate this.
gonna smash me.
This is me running vertically, almost.
And then you'll hear a car come out just about here.
Yeah,
that's
here.
Lewis almost hit by a car,
because I'm a tourist, but I definitely avoided it.
and then eventually makes it to the top.
Did it?
Yeah. And you
I'm
can
the
hear
world's
how...
greatest athlete on the world's steepest hill.
Now, big call. I think you were lightheaded at the time.
Yeah.
You're not the world's greatest athlete. You crawled up the last 10 meters of the hill.
Yeah, I
quite
think I was
literally got
hallucinating.
on your hands and knees and climbed up the hill. You didn't even run the whole way.
No, I ran 3/4. It got so bad. That heavy breathing you heard was not me. That was the camera person struggling to get to the top.
Our cameraman had to run up after him.
He was in jeans.
Yeah. And I was just walking up 10 minutes later. I met you at the top and I was having a great time.
Yeah, I would say that's one of the worst things that I've ever done in my life. But I tell you what, Luke, it's going to swiftly turn into the best things when I smash you in our race.
You need to stop because you got to embarrass yourself on Thursday.
We'll see, mate. Luke and Lewis for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital. Luke, it's time to talk about our race. It's time to organise this event.
It's happening this Thursday.
Yes, it's getting very close. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling very healthy. I'm getting ready to smash you. You're looking absolutely obese.
Lethargic over here, ready to... I just want to have a nap, to be honest. So, but that's me limbering up. That's how I'm training this month.
Oh, you're hibernating like a bear.
Yeah.
But a bear addicted to McDonald's.
Yeah. Oh, we had the New Zealand McDonald's.
How
so
good
much
is
better.
it? Amazing. Yeah, if you go to New Zealand, you have to have the
You
McDonald's.
shouldn't have eaten it. But
Well,
you did.
I had the protein version of McDonald's.
Nah, you got a large
wouldn't know
chips.
about
He's
it.
lying.
So we wanted to talk about this event because now it's time to get you guys involved. We want the listeners involved because every great race has a massive crowd. You know, we want the crowd the size of the Olympics. We were thinking of airing it globally.
But like that time they held the Olympics in Bangladesh.
And no one came.
Yeah. That's why if you Google it, it didn't happen according to the Olympic Committee. But I was there and it was great.
Yeah. So what we're thinking is the race is this Thursday. We have set up a Facebook event on the Luke and Lewis page. And Luke, let me tell you, people are loving this thing. There are 250 people in this event.
Wow, that was more than the Olympics back in Liechtenstein. That was just two great Olympic memories that we all remember.
Luke, quick question. Where is Liechtenstein?
Right next to Lichten Schooner.
We want you guys to join this event, and we're getting you guys involved in this because, as we said, every great race has a great crowd, and we need lots of supporters, and we need teams for this thing. So we were thinking, if you are going for Luke, firstly, horrible decision, but if you are, bring him a plate of food.
Wait, can I have a preference? While we're at it,
I'll give you a preference.
Tim Tams or donuts are preferred.
Yeah.
I also like milkshakes. Really anything with chocolate in it, I'll be happy with.
Yeah, anything that's...
I don't like nut chocolate. So if you want to bring a Snickers, keep them at home, okay?
Yeah.
Or eat them yourself.
Nothing nutty. So basically anything at the top of the food pyramid that says you should never eat this, bring it for
Bring
Luke.
a sometimes food.
And if you are intelligent and you are going for me, the person who has actually been training for a month, wear active
Who's
wear.
never run before in his life before 3 weeks ago. So if you're that intelligent, go for him.
So if you're team chubby, bring food for Luke. If you're team lanky, wear active wear.
You know,
just
people
kit yourself out.
So just dress like you're going to a cafe in Melbourne and you'll fit
headbands,
right in.
Nike tights, shorts, the whole kit. And then we'll be matching. We've got the race starts. We want people there at 6. The race is going to be at 6:30 because before the race we've got lots of activities. Obviously, Luke's going to eat as much of that food as he can.
Yes, and we want you guys to be with us when we stand for the national anthem and other pre-race ceremonies. So don't miss out there. So get there at 6. The race will be starting at about 6:30, but we have plenty of stuff planned because we have to. A good race is all about hype.
But the main thing is we want you guys in this event because we need to decide what the prize is. What's the winner going to win? The Olympics has gold medals. We need something.
What are we racing for other than for me to say suck it? Like what? What else?
That's all we have at this moment. So make sure you join the event, ladies and gentlemen, and let us know what the prize should be. And if we see something good, we'll be like, that's the prize.
And also, we're still looking for someone to commentate the race. So tonight we'll be posting in the group. Send in your auditions. We'll be doing that sometime this week. If you're in Melbourne and you're coming to the event, we would love for you to commentate it.
It's going to be an incredible event, ladies and gentlemen. And that is all we have time for today. This was Luke and Lewis for lunch. Make sure you check us out on the podcast. Join the Facebook event. And we will see you at the race on Thursday and talk to you tomorrow. It's Luke and Lewis for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital. See you later.